Someone requested that I review their music, so here's the EP by Mirror of Anxiety. If you are a fan of harder rock music from the 90s, you will like this EP. My Metal and Roll video was apparently a catalyst for this request, and I can see why. I do hear that sound a bit on this EP. This might be more on the rock side as opposed to metal, as you can definitely hear the grunge and punk influence. But if I had to pin down the exact sound that Mirror of Anxiety has here, I would say it's mostly a fusion of metal and roll and post-grunge. It has that turn-of-the-century sound. A couple tracks off this EP would make a great addition to the soundtrack of an ATV video game from the early 2000s, but it's not entirely dated either. It still sounds a little bit more modern. I'd actually say it reminds me a little bit of the newer Alice in Chains. I know that may not seem as high of praise as being compared to the OG Alice in Chains, because that's considered legendary, but that's still quite a compliment from me. I love the Black Gives Way to Blue album quite a bit, and if this is just the first EP, I could potentially see a following Mirror of Anxiety release easily being on par with something like that. I see a lot of potential here. I'm not saying it's a one-for-one comparison between these bands, but Duval Alice in Chains is by far the closest thing I've heard sound-wise to Mirror of Anxiety, which again is a pretty good endorsement from me. All of the tracks are pretty catchy, so here's some notes about them. Number 1, Changing. Solid opening track, nice melodic riffs throughout, and a pretty sweet solo as well. Great guitar crunch. 2. The Bed I Made. I feel that this would be the radio hit of the EP. Despite being the longest track, it seems to have the best potential to be a single. The chorus is really well done, and it all flows together. 3. Dead Inside. This track has the most punk energy to it. I vote this to be the most likely track to be in a 2000s racing game, and the solo is really cool. 4. Never Started. Straight to the point and the shortest track, but has great anger and a vigorous energy to it. 5. Out of Time. This is the more softer track off the EP, despite the opening groovy riff. This is the track the vocals shine the most. 6. Bringing Me Down. This is the best one. It's nice and sludgy. It reminds me a bit of Bury Me in Smoke by Down. So this track literally brought me down, pun fully intended. Obviously, being more a fan of the metal side of things, this is the direction I'd be interested in hearing more of, as opposed to the more punk rock or post-grunge type tunes. I'm a sucker for sludgy riffs. All in all though, this is a solid EP, whether you consider it rock or metal or whatever. In the broad sense, this would probably get lumped into the alt-metal category. Definitely has a wide array of influences any way you slice it. As someone whose favorite era of rock and metal music is the 90s and early 2000s, I enjoyed listening to Mirror of Anxiety's EP. Check it out. Also, while I may be opening a can of worms here, now that I've set the precedent of reviewing people's music, I have a hunch there may be others who wish to make requests. So if you'd like to do so, I'll put a link below. For a 40 USD Ko-Fi donation, I will do a video request. But anyways, Mirror of Anxiety's EP is pretty new and underrated, only coming out about a month ago as I write this script. So if you like what you heard here, go give it a listen. Our acculturation continues.